Hi, I'm Kenneth WAJDA, and welcome to another one of my photography talks. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado, and I'm glad to be able to bring small stories to you that hopefully inspire your photography. So today I want to talk about a photography master, and that's Robert Frank. It's interesting, some of the names in photography are like the same names that we hear over and over, and his is no different. He's like a legend in photography. He's the one who photographed the Americans. So he went around and shot, I think, 27,000 images in 1955, driving across country and photographing real America. And it wasn't always pretty. It wasn't always what, you know, the reputation of what America looked like to the outside world. It was more real. It showed some of the gritty underbelly. It showed some of the darker sides. And when it came out, it wasn't even very well accepted because a lot of people were like, who wants to look at pictures of derelicts and, you know, people looking unattractive? His goal wasn't to paint a pretty picture. His goal was to paint a real picture. And I think that's why he's a master, because he created these images at a time when he couldn't get a publisher. He had a French publisher, and he couldn't get an American publisher. And the only way he got the American publisher is he met Jack Kerouac, and he said, you know, would you take a look at my photographs? And after he did, and he liked them, he asked Jack if he would do a foreword for the book. And then after that, he was able to get an American publisher. But you look at legendary photographers in the hindsight of time, and you think, wow, they just knew exactly what they were doing, and they were so great at it. And the truth is, we all struggle. They all struggle. And we are in a part of that same world where nothing comes easy. Even to the masters, it's in hindsight that we think that everything comes easy. When I'm a writer as well. When I speak to people about writing, I say, you know, the difference between your writing and my writing and Stephen King's writing is he writes a crappy first draft, just like we do, but then he rewrites it, and he rewrites it, and we quit. And the rewriting is where the pro comes out. And as a photographer, we shoot and we shoot and we shoot and we edit and we edit. And the amateur just shows everything. The amateur doesn't have any filters. And the amateur doesn't even know what he's going for. The amateur holds his camera up and just sprays and prays and hopes. But we're photographers. We actually, you know, consider what are we going to make out of this photograph and what do we want to do with it. But if I asked you to photograph something that is completely unsellable and nobody will like, how would you respond to that? If I told you in 1955, go out through the streets of America and photograph people looking not always at their best, you would think, well, at the time especially, well, how in the world am I ever going to do anything with this? And it's a great example of live your passion. Photograph what you want to photograph. He believed in what he was photographing was important, and he was documenting something real, and he certainly was. And now looking back in time, he's considered a master as a result of that vision, and we need to be that. We need to have a vision for ourselves. So if there's something that you believe in, even if somebody says, well, that's not smart, that's not sellable, nobody can argue with your passion, and go out and make it the best you can, because nobody else can do it like you can, especially someone without that passion. There's no way they could create what you can create with that factor of passion in there. All right, that's today's photography talk. I'll put links to Robert Frank's books and some of his photographs in the comments below, and if you have any comments, please add those and hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying these, and thanks so much for watching.